Hello, and welcome back to Hob. I am officially back, episode 19, or 20 or something. I'm actually back where I was, generally in the general area where I was, end of last episode where I ended up jumping off because I am an idiot. And I'm a moron. I've always had, I can't even talk today. Sheesh. Oh, was that a weird slowdown in my game? Oh, did something die off screen? That's probably what ended up happening there. I just realized an option for me would have been maybe probably to kill myself in advance instead of deciding to run around in a huge circle, because then I probably would have saved myself the effort. I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, I'm back up here. Wonderful. Wonderful. There was a lot of enemies back in the water that I want to clear, but whatever, no matter. Let's keep going. Don't jump down there. I know not to jump down there anymore. Can I jump down here? I will rather not risk it. Okay, yes, now I'm back to where I would like to be. I'm going to do a very brief look over this place just to make sure there's nothing maybe secret I might be missing out on, but it looks like no, not really. This place is generally empty. Let's give this a good old push. Let's see what to talk about. Oh, why are we sinking? Oh, this gives me access to... Oh, you're kidding me, right? So now I'm a little bit confused. There, okay, see, I was confused about what the water was doing, but now that makes more sense. Well then, how embarrassing, how awkward. I did end up jumping down a little too early. What a shame. Let's look at... Oh, hi. Let me just end you very quickly. Your existence... There's meant to be moral ambiguity to this game. I'm going to say that outright. I guess I'm going to even spoil it a little bit. The game is trying to introduce an element of... I missed. But he killed himself for me, which I appreciate. What happens if I press the button? Well, oh, you cancel your roll towards me. That seems... Oh, no, but you kept rolling. You bugged out. Okay, that's interesting. This game, unfortunately, feels more buggy than I would feel comfortable with recommending. It's a shame. Genuinely. Hold up. I did open this gate down here. I'm guessing this is a short... Okay, it didn't open until I got next to it. I recognize this area, and this is... Yes, thank you, game. This is... Where am I? I'm up here. Oh, hey! This is the place where you could climb down here. Yep. Nice. I'm all the way back to this area, but I was thinking maybe we're going up. There was... I want to talk about this game. I saw a friend linked me. Well, said friend watching this right now. Thanks, buddy. Please stop. It's embarrassing. Some stealth game. Oh, what was it called? It was genuinely interesting. I'm pulling a blank, so I guess we'll leave it as that. What happens if... How many times do you need to get punched? Oh, there's a big tall guy. The tall guys are the worst, in my opinion. Oh, what just attacked me? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, let me end you, please. Please? That was genuinely scary. Okay, because these guys generally do an awful lot of damage to me per hit, and seeing as I'm a little bit rusty, to say the least, I need health. What am I doing? But I do have so much health. Ooh, roll and roll. Too easy. Too many iframes. That's not a bad thing. Games like Witcher 3 have a lot of iframes in its combat, but that's really good because Witcher 3's combat is at its best when you're fighting groups of enemies. For groups of enemies, you need lots of iframes. There's no questioning. And if you... Oh, nice. There's a... I'm sorry, my brain kind of had a little fart. Yeah, just stand still. Just stand still. Stand still. Let me end your... You're going to hit me. You're going to hit me. Let me farm for some health. I want to punch you down, but I realize I'm too bad at this game. Whee! See, once you start getting... It's too easy to be just a little too confident at this game and dodging this game. Oh, yes. Daddy. No, don't say that. Not live on camera. Okay, he's done. Now this area. This is the last vault. I think, because I do have in a tab... No, I don't have the tab open right now, because I have about 30 Chrome tabs open. As of right now, which means it uses up a lot of my RAM. There's that bird that's not actually standing on anything. It's standing on air. It's called flying burger. Yeah. I mean, no. Shut up. Let's come down here and end you. So I guess he's doing a suicide bomb thing just then, but I ruin it for him, maybe. What's over here? This looks interesting. Careful with the platforming. I jumped too early, but the game was fine with it. Let's end you. End you. Thank you very much. And get myself... Did I get hit or... It doesn't really matter. I think the volume is still loud, but it doesn't feel as loud as it has. You know what? There might have been an update about that. If I go to... No, not... Shit. I accidentally hit respawn. At least I got... See, look how I just respawned there. At least I did manage to get the... No, I'm going to go back to... Yeah, for some reason my D-pad... I'm hitting down There seems to be a weird delay, which... I don't know. If I go to sound, there might have been a... No. Because the volume does sound quieter, or maybe my ears have... I've lost some permanent... some permanent hearing damage, perhaps. That's a joke. The game is clearly not. Or hopefully not. Oh, excellent. I will grab that gladly. So, but look how delayed it seems to be. That's unfortunate. And that seems like a really weird, insipid bug to try and track down and understand and find out why. It feels kind of like it. Oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss that jump? It feels almost kind of like a memory leak, which is, oh hey, I've been playing around with programming more recently. As of more recently, I've actually managed to make. Okay, you have no idea how hard it is for me to do this. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are very experienced with playing around with programming, especially in Windows. But it took me like, I'm not joking when I say 5 hours to make a window in Microsoft Windows, which is stupidly difficult. In my opinion, it shouldn't be that difficult to just make a window. But it is. And it took me 5 hours. Even there is sample code given to you in the documentation, msdn.com, where there is... You know what? Sometimes I think I shouldn't have children, because I worry my genetics will be passed on to them, and they don't need that. They don't need that in their lives. Playing around... The documentation in MSDN does have code. Basically, copy and paste the code. You've made yourself a window. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to create a window, so to speak. I'm looking to understand how to create a window. So sure, I can copy the code. Sure, I can read the documentation, but it took multiple hours of rereading, rewriting, and trying to parse and understand what the code is doing. And to be able to What is going on? I am going to do that one more time. I feel like there's a force pushing me back. And maybe you heard a little explosion. I could certainly feel it in my haptic feedback controller. The easiest part of making a window in Windows was incorporating controller compatibility. My Xbox 360 controller, I can make it like vibrate by pressing a button, which is lots of fun. You could sit on it if you like. And that was the easiest part, which you'd think would be really hard. But no, it's just like right there. Like here's the code. It's really simple to understand. These are the controls for making... No! What's going on? What's going on? Is there anything up here that I want? You know what? There's nothing down there. There's nothing down there anyways. Let's ignore it. Let's head downwards. That is... I apologize for that silence, a moment of silence as I was taking a jump. It feels like there's a force pushing me back. It feels like I'm swimming in the water, which has a current flowing backwards, and it feels like a case of the water current affecting me whilst I'm in the air above the water. But that's just me finding an excuse, trying to blame the game for my badness. I've been down there. Now, if I recall correctly, I did end up... Oh, I can't get up. I could if I try. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I have a way. To quote Donkey. This place doesn't seem familiar. Can I pick you up? Scaredy cats. This place isn't the same, but no matter. You know, speaking of movies, I'm not the only one, surely, who feels that Disney hasn't aged terribly well, right? Because I remember years ago when Frozen was coming out, and that was all the rage, which Frozen is an average movie at best. Its only saving grace is, oh no, I unlocked water so I can swim around here a little bit more comfortably. Yeah. Its only saving grace is the ending. Genuinely, I found the ending to be quite good with only true love can thaw a frozen heart, whatever. Did I not kill you? Or did you drown yourself so it didn't count? Because apparently drowning isn't a legitimate form of death. But I'm hearing another guy banging his shield over to the left. So I guess I haven't been here? No, I must have not been here. Ole. Down you go. Whoa. He actually kind of went flying. Am I going to get the... Yeah, you know what? I don't care about scrap. It's not like I'm really using it a lot. Yeah, Frozen, you know, it's mostly just thoroughly average, I felt. Now I'm noticing these guys spawned back in. Hold up, I've been here. I killed those guys earlier. Why did they not stay dead? Oh, nice. So I felt Frozen was an average movie. I like Tangled better, okay? Surely I'm not the only one who feels that Tangled did what Frozen did, but like better. Because it felt like Frozen? Yeah, it was called Frozen. It had that... It felt like it had this agenda of like, look how progressive we are. We're making it so that the protagonist is female and they don't need help from any man kind of thing. And it felt like it was doing that a little bit too on the nose for my enjoyment. I hope I don't feel like a Nazi saying that. Where am I meant to be going? I guess I'm... Oh, good, just go through the door. What am I doing? Whereas Tangled, you know, it sort of did that with like Finn and what's her face, Rapunzel, but it was kind of better. The dynamics were there and they were much more enjoyable and such. That's just how I feel about it. And so I remember everyone, when Frozen was coming out, they were comparing it to Lion King because it was the first Disney musical to be released since Lion King. Sorry for my voice crack there. How embarrassing. So I did end up going back to watch Lion King, and I've got to say, oh, I can go into that golem now. Oh, I can swim around there. I see. I've got to say, rewatching Lion King, not as good as I remembered. Which is unfortunate, to say the least. I can get hanged to this day. And in fact, going back to watch a lot of older Disney films, not quite as good as I remember them. Sadly. And I think my problem with them is I really need some very specific examples. I need to rewatch the movies and actually write down the examples I'm talking about. But problems with the story structure and story pacing and how the plot moves forward and too many plot contrivances and conveniences. So that's sort of like where my issue is with those movies, where it tends to boil down to how the plot, I think, is my issue with the game. With the game, I mean with the movies. Whereas going back and watching older Pixar movies and DreamWorks movies, things like Toy Story and Shrek, I don't have any such problems with those movies. I love them. In fact, I like them more as an adult now than I did as a kid. And I mean, people like Shrek, right? In an unironic way. I'm aware that it kind of became a meme. And it got memed to fucking hell. I'm fully aware of that. I was there. I was on the internet during that period. But it got memed to hell because people love the movie, not like the B movie where people just ironically enjoy the movie. You like jazz? You like jazz? But I kind of enjoy the B movie. I mean, I don't love it. I understand why people make fun of it. But I like it. I'll be honest. I like it. Oh, look, we're back here. Nice, so I've unlocked the area. I wish you could get killed, and I'm unhappy that you can't. I wish you could fight me. I want you to fight me. Hit me. See if I get knocked down, but you couldn't really see because the grass is up there. Now, let's get back to this game. I haven't really spoken about this game. There's not much for me to talk about in this game. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that I'm saying that as a bad thing. Not for this game, but about myself. Because normally I'd have things to speak. I can't quite see it because it's... That hurt. That hurt. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, give me your heart. Shot through the heart, and you're too... I'm gonna die. Don't. Oh! I'm saying it as a bad thing about myself because normally I have a lot of things to talk about games, but normally they're games that I've played before, and having played these games before, I can say things about them, and normally I've watched things like, say, GDC videos or read developer interviews, for example. I mean, so I can talk more meta about the game, which I really enjoy. I like seeing... Oh, look, there's a broken... I almost missed that. Like, looking behind the curtain, so to speak, and destroying the destroying the illusion that some games are creating, which I realize not everyone appreciates. Like that stealth game, I wish I could remember what it's called. But there is that... Oh, you know what? There's probably a... I need to go up there. Yeah, I need to destroy them. Excuse me. Let me... Up we go. I need to destroy this nest. You going in there? Nice. Thank you very much. I much appreciate greatly. Come down here, you fucking bug. No, sorry. Oh, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, nice. I automatically opened. The one time I don't want to open a chest and want to use my sword, I end up opening it. Because every other time I tend to accidentally... I tend to accidentally bring my sword out just because the game decides I want to bring my sword out. Can I jump up here? It feels too much like an area I should be able to jump up onto. But it feels somewhat inaccessible. So you know what? I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to let it weigh down in my mind. But yeah, normally I like looking... That stealth game I saw where... I've forgotten what it's called. But it's... your enemies learn from you. They're kind of like clones. Your player character has these sort of clone-like looking enemies who learn from you every time you do a new move. So the first time you sprint, they learn that. The first time you do a vault, they learn how to vault, and so on and so forth. Opening doors, now they can open doors like the raptors from Jurassic Park. So and that's a really nice system. But to go behind the veil, so to speak, to break that illusion of your enemies learning from you, it's not necessarily all that hard to achieve that. You just sort of keep track of what has the player done in real time and apply that ability, which would already just hard code that into the enemies. Now I'm a little bit lost as to where I'm meant to be going. And holy hell, I listened to the Supergiant's soundtrack for things like Bastions, Transistor, and Pyre. There was a new... I can't believe I didn't realize this, but there was updates to the soundtrack for the Pyre soundtrack, which I was sort of... Oh, you know what? I'm probably meant to go up and around, which for some reason I decided not to because I'm a dum-dum. There's a... Yeah, I can go over there, but I'm not going... I'm not going to go over there yet until after I've fully explored this area down here. Oh, hey, look at this. So there was this update to the soundtrack, and I didn't think anything of it until I checked out the Twitter, months later. Oh, I recognize this place. Yeah, hey. There's nothing worthwhile over here, I don't think. Until I checked the Twitter, and turns out Pyre had an update, an actual in-game update, where, No, you see, I don't want to miss the chest at the bottom. Great chest ahead. Oh, that was unexpected. I wasn't expecting to make that jump. I was just trying to jump into the water. There is a way to platform here. From down here? Okay, I'm noticing there's a kind of stair-like structure down there. Allow me to try and find it. I'm not going to miss out on that chest. Even though it's probably just scrap, I still want to hopefully... I want to find that missing stone shard. Maybe... No, there's no way I can... I know there's a way there. Obviously there's a way there because there's a chest. But yeah, Pyre had this update. Iron Man mode, where basically if you lose, you can't... I think XCOM. You can't reload previous saves. Which is great. Perfect. Because I was thinking, I could let's play Pyre. I kind of want to. But it's not really the kind of game that would work well because of... it's very text heavy. And I don't think that would make well. I mean, if I were to play it, my gimmick would be I would be playing it without reloading any saves. Now that... This has something to do with... You can jump up there! I blame the game for... Okay, thank you, game. That was dumb. Well, okay, my gimmick would be I'd be playing it without reloading saves and whatnot, and I'd be playing it on the highest difficulty. But then I decided, that's dumb. That's dumb. But then, now that there has been an update, I'm like, hell yeah, I could totally play it now, but I don't know. We'll see. Up we go. Surprisingly, this episode is timing out to be really nicely. Hopefully I can find the next Golem Core at the same time the episode comes to a close. So let's grab this. Thank you very much, Mr. Golem. Now, I suppose that's a nice place to close this episode off. So, as always, thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate your viewership. Stay tuned. There's going to be a little bit more help coming up. In fact, I think we might be We're coming awfully close to the finish line. We're almost on the home run. So we're coming close to the finish. In any case, as always, see ya.